In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI. Welcome to another visit from the FBI, your weekly dose of pro wrestling fantasy booking. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I'm joined, as always, by my partners in crime fighting, who I can see mocking me backstage. That's it. I'm going to go JLB first. Joining me from up north, JLB. What's going on, man? How are you?
It goes, good sir. Terribly sorry I wasn't here for the Sunday ep, but I'm back.
Yeah, that's fine. At least you weren't mocking me backstage. D.A. Vincent Kayfabe was the one doing that.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
So, you know all those times that JLB was telling us about the heat waves in Montreal and how it sucked and how we were like, it's kind of bad here, but we're okay. Yeah, fuck you, JLB. It's fucking hot here.
Yeah, yes. See? Told you, man.
Yeah.
How much is it there?
What is the
105 tomorrow?
Yeah, right now it is cooled down to a balmy 86 degrees where I am.
So for 86 for you, that would be about 34 degrees, 32 degrees.
Yeah, it's about 32.
32, 34, somewhere in there.
But that's what I say. So, this is cooled down for the day.
That's it.
Yes.
This is
also, humidity is through the freaking roof.
Oh, yeah. Now. That's the humidity that kills you, really. If it's 32 without humidity, I'm good. Once that humidity kicks in, forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
feels like I said, it is 84 degrees, but with the humidity, feels like 93, according to this. You're also going to see... I've got a cat in the room with me. She wouldn't leave.
Awesome.
So you're going to see bits of my cat every once in a while. Tails as she prances around.
Listen, if I wanted to see your pussy, I'd take you on a date first, okay?
Whoa! R-rated.
Whoa. We just started and you're already breaking the PG-13.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Okay. Anyways... so it's fucking hot here. Up here comes the tail again. Boop, doop, doop.
There it is. That was fun.
And then
this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be all sorts of fun. Here.
And here she comes back.
Oh, no, you gotta come here.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Evil on the program, apparently.
That is one big pussy.
She's a tiny one.
I know she is compared to your other one.
Compared to my
your other pussy's huge.
Yeah. The other one's 36 pounds. Anyways, enough about my cats. Maybe that's going to force her to hide for a bit. Yeah, it's fucking hot here. It's not nice
very,
at all.
Very warm.
And it's expected to get hotter and hotter and hotter for a while.
Like our podcast, boom! No,
well said. I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
So, but anyways, we're going to get into some fantasy booking here. If you are new to this...
you really didn't like it at all.
If you are new to this particular version of my podcast...
my motherfucker.
Yeah, who runs this shit?
Only because you're a dick. Only because you're a dick. It's all right.
Who runs the Twitter? Who runs?
JLB does that.
Nope, JLB doesn't do anything on the Twiter.
I don't do anything on the Twitter.
No,
I'm just a Facebook page.
Who runs the podcast
Facebook
page?
And YouTube.
He really doesn't do anything on YouTube anymore. I do
just
that.
Facebook.
Who runs the live streams? This guy. Who runs the Instagram page? This guy. Who runs the podcast page? This guy.
You're the Vince McMahon to my Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
I'm the reason the millions and millions.
Okay, talk about mixing metaphors here.
now we're The Rock.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 says, "If you smell,"
and that's the bottom line. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
So, anyway, if you're new to this episode or this particular segment in our podcast, it is pretty easy. We're going to take turns challenging the others to book some unknown and often unlikely scenario in the world of professional wrestling. We don't discuss them usually in advance. We did a little discussing today. But because we think that's more fun usually to kind of blindside the others on that. Before we get into the actual fantasy booking, though, I would like to remind everyone that Raw and Order is part of the Tatnus Co. podcast network. So in the little doobly-doos down below, you are going to see the thing for Tatnus Co., tatnusco.com. You can click on that and head on over to Tatnus Co. and see all the other episodes or all the other shows on the podcast. Also in the doobly-doo, of course, there's going to be links to our Patreon page, our merch store, and all of our social medias, including JLB's and DA Fabes, even though he hardly ever uses it.
Yep.
Skinmyboob.com. I actually wear the merch, fellas.
There's the merch.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
There's the merch.
I wear a weird shirt that I got at Burlington for half off that says Tokyo on it.
Oh, look at you getting ready for the Olympics. Or, yeah.
It looks to me like that shirt isn't half off.
Well, you don't know which half.
So you're sitting there like this?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm totally truffle shuffling it right now.
Yes.
I'm also Winnie the Poohing it, just by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, he got a medium instead of a large.
That's what they call it when you're wearing pants and or a shirt and no pants. That's Winnie the Poohing it.
Okay.
I mean, I might be allegedly Winnie the Poohing it. Allegedly.
Whatever, just don't
I
turn
have
that
an
camera.
erection.
So we are going to go ahead and get into the fantasy booking, though. And you know, I always take this time to open it up to the other two if they want to go first and do the challenging. I suspicion, I mentioned before the show started that I suspicion at least some of our talk is going to be on some of the big news that happened earlier this week or last week, late last week. And so in this case, I am actually going to not open it up to you guys and instead just go straight into my fantasy booking for you guys because it is related to the talk from last week or the big surprises from last week, I should say.
What? Marks is gonna put himself first like he always does? Selfish.
I always let you guys go first,
He
fucktard.
does, technically.
No, because later on tonight you're gonna be like, but I go first.
Yes,
Guaranteed.
on that one.
Oh, he will.
On that one, I always go first.
Guaranteed.
That's tradition.
Guaranteed.
Tradition.
Tradition has it that I usually go first here, but that's all right. No, we're good.
Yeah, so I'm breaking tradition.
Yeah, well, you
Breaking the
suck.
walls down.
Break the walls down.
So,
Breaking the walls of WBU.
So here's what it comes down to is I want both of you, I should say, to choose either CM Punk or Bryan Danielson.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
AKA
Give me-
Daniel Bryan.
give me your how you want them to debut. We talked a little bit about that for CM Punk, but how you want them to debut on AEW and your 5 dream opponents. Now, the nice thing with both of them, because of AEW's relationship with Impact Wrestling and New Japan, and by association, Ring of Honor and MLW and NWA as well, the opponents don't just have to be AEW opponents. The debut, however, does. So, one of you can pick one, and one of you goes with the other one. So, who wants to go first and get the first choice?
I'll let you pick, brother. You pick your person.
Oh, snap. I will pick Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm doing CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. The strategy I had for a debut, I was going to originally use for Bryan Danielson, but I think it still works for CM Punk. And I think it allows him to be a little bit of a face with his initial kickoff. I want MJF to name him as the fourth person. I was gonna originally say, to have Bryan Danielson, because I think it works better that way. But since I've got CM Punk, I'm okay with that too. I have him debut. I've said this on our stream the other night. I still think the right time to debut him is on Friday. But I don't have any problems with him debuting on Wednesday. I think having I think in this scenario, though, he does have to debut on Wednesday. And so he debuts on Wednesday. CM Punk comes out on Friday and says, your fourth opponent to Jericho says your fourth opponent's going to be none other than a man who just debuted with our organization, CM Punk. Of course, Punk takes this opportunity to fight Jericho. I mean, a guy who he wants to prove he's the best in the world versus the best in the world. So, I'm not the best in the world right now, the GOAT. And so Punk takes that opportunity at is it All Out?
All Out.
Yeah.
The next one.
September 5th.
So at All Out, that is supposed to be Jericho. So we're actually going to move back the Jericho MJF match because of this. And so CM Punk versus Jericho is going to occur at All Out. And CM Punk is going to have – there's going to be a ref bump because we don't get enough of those in AEW. It's not a bad idea to have a ref bump every now and then. So there's going to be a ref bump. CM Punk is going to have Jericho in the Anaconda Vice. Jericho's going to tap, but because there was a ref bump, there's nobody there to call it. As soon as he taps, CM Punk lets him go and lays down. Just immediately goes, okay, I knew that I did it. I knew I could beat you, and I beat you. Now go kick the shit out of that little pipsqueak or whatever, And so you get that promo right afterward where he says, I knew I could beat you, but that little MJFer needs the ass kicking of his life, so you make sure you give it to him. I just think that's a really I don't think that hurts Jericho to have CM Punk lay down for him. I think it allows CM Punk to say, I did beat you, but I'm a good guy right now, at least for the time being. Which, obviously he's going to be a face regardless of whether or not he's a face or a heel. That's just the kind of personality he is. And so he lays down and lets Jericho get that win. Though it's coming in on his back, I think he comes in I think that shows as a win. And it's against Jericho, which is always a plus. The former AEW champion, first ever AEW champion. So, in terms of the people that I want to see CM Punk face, a lot of them he's already faced. I mean, ideally, there's the Kenny Omega match. I mean, I think both of them have great work rate. I think it just works. I would say Christian, but at the end of the day, we've seen it. I would say Daniel Bryan, but at the end of the day, and we haven't seen Daniel Bryan as over Daniel Bryan. He was kind of just starting to really get noticed, I guess, when CM Punk was at his height. So, but I think you got to have Kenny Omega in those top five. I definitely want to see CM Punk have the mic war with Sami Callihan. The promos against each other, I think, could be fire, absolutely fire. In the ring, I want to see Suzuki Okada. I think most of us would consider that a no-brainer. I would also say that one of the best in the world, in fact, last year, I believe, was named the best in the world in Will Ospreay. I'd love to see Will Ospreay. There's two very, very differing styles there. You get Will Ospreay's flip-de-doo and Superman land and all that stuff. What I don't want to see in that match is both of them do a bunch of flip-de-doos and nobody get hit and land and look at each other. I hate that about Ospreay matches, but that's the only thing I don't like. So what is that? 4 that I've named already? 3?
So
I think it's.
So I said Ospreay, Suzuki Okada, Sami Callihan, Kenny Omega. Obviously, was I think my first one.
Well,
so that is
4.
4. And Hangman. I think he's a really good stepping stone for Hangman to Kenny Omega. So
okay.
I think that lends a really solid amount of credibility to Hangman Page. So I can't foresee CM Punk coming back at what 46, 45, 44,
Yeah, he's old.
something like that. 40. we'll say he's the same age as me, 40,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
He's definitely older than 40, I would say. I'm Googling it.
I'm right now just giving the evil eyes to JLB because
You're
He's
old,
what,
bro. You're
44.
old. Face it.
it's how easily you
He's
said
42.
it.
He's 42.
It's how easily
42,
you said
okay.
it. Yeah.
So I
he's
think-
old.
I don't think you come back to professional wrestling after.
Me.
I don't think you come back to professional wrestling after a 10-year hiatus of being angry about the sport at 42 just to put yourself over.
Yeah.
At this juncture, I think he's ready to put somebody else over, and I think he sees it in Hangman and Kenny. Okada is just a kind of a legacy thing. You kind of want that match with Okada, especially if they can pull off an Iron Man between the two of them. Sami Callihan, it's really pipe bomb material against each other. What I don't want to see is what they're gonna push at some point, and that's Colt Cabana versus CM Punk. I just don't want to see it. I don't care.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do that. They're good now, right? Though, because I know they had beef.
The lawsuit's been settled, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're good. However, I do not think CM Punk would have signed with AEW if the beef between them was really heavy.
Still?
Right now. Still, yeah. I think
Oh, money talks.
frankly, I think it might be why he didn't sign with AEW a year ago. That things hadn't been mended enough between them. He didn't want to push it. But now I would suspect that it's probably mostly
Colt's gotten a pretty good push, and this is Colt's biggest stage. Not that he isn't well known, but it's his biggest stage.
Speaking of Colt Cabana, he is supposed to be at Zelo Pro Wrestling in Kearney, Nebraska in September 25th, which we are going to. I will continue to talk about that because I'm super
Who's excited about that? This guy.
Yeah. Speaking just really quickly, I want to break in. Zelo Pro Wrestling is going to be doing one of their events in Milwaukee this coming weekend, and I'm really jealous of the Milwaukeeans. If only for one of their main events is going to be the current Zelo Pro Women's Champion,
Jordan Grace.
versus Chelsea Green.
Ooh.
I really, really, really want to see that match.
I love Chelsea Green's character with the hot mess. I love it. So much fun.
So they also have Danhausen at this weekend's one. I would be excited. I don't think he's going to be at the one in September, but right now, Alex Shelley.
You guys should really look at that.
Well, I'm going to, except my thing moved around.
Titus
It's from
O'Neil.
It's from 2015 though, but it's still funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is funny.
Titus O'Neil hanging out with AEW owner.
Yeah. But at the Zelo Pro that we're going to, you've got, of course, Colt Cabana, we already mentioned, Alex Shelley, Billy and Austin Gunn, Tommy Dreamer, and Jordan Grace, and then other people, and who knows, maybe there will be more afterwards. But I'm excited for the ones that have been announced so far.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So,
Anyways, so we will move on to JLB. JLB,
Let's hear it,
how
bud.
would you have Bryan Danielson debut, and then who would you have for his 5 dream opponents?
So, unfortunately, I think one of these two guys are going to get a first kind of debut with Cody Rhodes. I think it's just always Cody Rhodes always seems to need to get involved somehow, but I will not book Daniel Bryanson doing anything with Cody Rhodes. I do think, however, he will be kind of the because right now Omega is facing Paige, right? That's kind of what they're alluding to. That's still what they're going with.
Probably, yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. But
but not there yet.
We're not there yet. Yeah, Hangman Page and 2 of the members of no, Hangman Page is a 6-man. Excuse me, Hangman Page and Dark Order versus the Elite. And if Hangman Page and the Dark Order win, then Hangman Page gets his shot.
Right.
At the belt.
Well, he's going to get his shot. That's what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not official yet, is all we're saying.
Fair.
It's just not there yet. But
Side note, does that break up the Elite? In you guys' opinion?
I don't think so.
Does Hangman pin Matt or Nick, or does he pin Kenny in that match?
I think he definitely pinned someone other than Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny.
But I don't necessarily think it breaks up the Elite.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
I think there's room for shenanigans. If anything, I've been kind of sensing a little bit of Don Callis tension recently. So if anything, maybe Don Callis plays into maybe he causes a distraction where that then leads to Kenny losing,
or accidentally hits one of the Young Bucks with a title that he's trying to hit Hangman with. Type thing. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, go on. I want to hear about Bryan Danielson.
So I think he's honestly Bryan Danielson. So let's say it's going to be Omega Page is going to happen, and it's going to happen for All In or All Out, whatever the heck it's called. And maybe the week before, the week before All Out. Is it All Out or All In? All Out, right?
All Out, yes.
All Out, okay. The week before All Out, Page is going to get into his bag of not believing in himself again. Okay, he's going to get it. Although the Dark Order is trying to hype him up, he's been hyping him up for ever since he basically won against Omega. He's going to have this feeling, oh, no, I don't know. He's going to have nerves and whatever have you. And we're randomly just going to see him we're just going to basically see him be all down on himself, and out comes, I don't know, but that's kind of cheesy. He'll probably have to be in a match somewhere where he's getting beaten by the Elite, and then he's going to be really down on himself, and they're just kind of beating him. The Dark Order can't do anything, and so on, and he's just getting his butt kicked, and out comes Bryan Danielson to help him out and essentially to mentor Page, Hangman Page. But I feel like how it's going to work is he's not just going to be like his mentor. He's going to be the special guest referee in the All Out match. And why I say this is because we all know that Bryan Danielson is very fair. I'm just going to take my laptop with me because I do have to put it on a charge. We all know that Bryan Danielson is very fair. So it's going to turn out in that match that actually... Oh, I cannot multitask. That actually... Okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't die, guys. That actually... Daniel Bryan is going to count the 1, 2, 3 on Kenny Omega winning. So Hangman Page is not going to be the guy to beat him. But Bryan Danielson is essentially then going to give Kenny Omega a cheap shot. And ultimately, that's what you're going to have as Bryan Danielson's real first big feud. Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. And I think anyone who is a wrestling fan would love to see that. I think I had talked to you about that, Smarks, and you had told me they only faced each other once.
Yes, only once in singles.
Only once.
They were opposite each other in a tag match once, and on the same team, I believe, in a tag match once.
Snap. I'm really gonna have to find this because it's like warning me all kinds. But in terms, so I think that is going to be the first feud. I don't see Daniel Bryan winning. I don't think Daniel Bryan is there to win. He's going to be there to help the talent, but that match is going to be so phenomenal that it really doesn't matter if Daniel Bryan technically wins, and it just furthers Kenny Omega's ultimate eliteness, if you will. In terms of Jesus, everyone just seeing all kinds of my room. In terms of, God damn it. In terms of the 5 guys I would like to see Daniel Bryan face, I think it's a no-brainer. I would love to see him against Pac, first of all. I don't know how you're going to set that up, but I think that would be an absolute fire matchup. I would love to see him go against even Sammy Guevara, and maybe that might lead to another kind of mentorship. Maybe Jericho. Jericho's still in the Inner Circle, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe Jericho like kicks him out or something, and Daniel Bryan mentors him. Bryan Danielson mentors him a bit, and then he kind of screws Bryan Danielson over, and they end up going into a match. I think Sammy Guevara and Bryan Danielson, superb. I think that would be awesome. I also think him and Jericho might do some fun stuff too. I just don't know what we get out of that aside from 2 old WWE guys, and I feel like Twitter would go crazy with that. Oh, 2 WWE guys. So who do I say? I said Pac, Guevara, Jericho.
Obviously Omega, because that was the
Omega.
You had.
I feel like Jungle Boy would be a good time too.
Stayed all in AEW.
I did. I didn't go outside for the simple fact I don't know that many in New Japan. And in terms of Impact, obviously Moose would be a hell of a time. Even what's his face? Yeah, I don't know too many Impact people too, technically. So, I would just love to see TJP, but I mean, in Impact, he's not even that crazy. And really, anyone in that X Division match that we saw, because that X Division match was fire. I don't know who that guy was that did the Canadian Destroyer off the top of the thing, but that dude.
Trying to remember on that one.
But no, I stuck with all AE dubs because
I'm surprised you didn't say Chris Bay. Man.
Yeah, that's
I think it was him who actually did the Canadian Destroyer, though.
When you said Moose, I immediately thought Moose is the wrong guy. Chris Bay is the right guy.
I mean,
or Rich Swann. I'd be okay with Rich Swann too. Either of those would be great.
I think Moose would be a better opponent for CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
But he's not the guy I want in AEW or in Impact versus CM Punk because I really want the promo battle between.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Sami Callihan, but Sami Callihan would suck against Daniel Bryan. It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, that would be kind of. The problem is, man, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking, we know Daniel Bryan still has it, but when we talk about guys like Guevara and Jungle Boy and all that, like these guys can really go too. Not that Bryan Danielson can't. It's just like I'm also scared for the guy too. Like, to go at that level. I don't know. You know what I mean? He kept it kind of calm in WWE when he did come back. He still did awesome matches.
Kidding me? He'd do those corner kicks that he did and roll off. I remember I was actually on the phone with Smarks on his return night in his first match.
Still here. I'm not ignoring you.
And immediately we both went, oh, as he's doing the
he's gonna break his neck
kick
again.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he didn't play it safe at all, and it's gonna. Okay. It will make me more nervous in AEW. It will.
Well, that's what I mean, though, and just even that, right? And WWE was probably trying to be like really careful, and whatever. Still, so I don't know. I think he's gonna get so excited, and he's not gonna really be thinking about his health or about his wife or about his child.
Well, and we know that AEW does a lot of booking on the go, which means that adrenaline can really kick in booking on the go. So
like the guy the guy is a student of the wrestling game at heart. So I get it, and I'm happy for him. I just don't want it. I just don't want him to get injured, and I want him to be careful. Again. And I hope Tony Khan really sets certain standards and set a bar for him to not overgo. Because
I'm ready for a three-peat. Tail.
And yeah, so like even him against Pac too, like that I would be scared of, because so many good wrestlers I want to see him with, but I'm also like you're gonna take it too far, Brian. You're gonna take it too far. So yeah, so that's my list. And he's facing Omega first, because I feel like everyone who's everybody who wants to see that. So let's do it. Nothing with Cody Rhodes. Never. Cody Rhodes, don't do anything. You can go face what's his face again.
I don't think either of those guys need Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, no. And I think Cody knows that. Here's the deal.
I think Cody still wants to be a part of it because, hey, I'm Cody, and
I don't think
I want to do something with you.
Everything Cody's been doing so far, all of his feuds, there goes Tail again, all of his feuds have been about setting up the next generation, setting up the youngsters.
Aleister Black.
Yeah. Aleister Black, in terms of everything, is still a young. He
doesn't have the name recognition that these two do.
Well, and WWE never gave Aleister Black a solid chance, right?
Right.
So this is about showing Aleister Black in the best light. That's what this is about, right? But CM Punk and Bryan Danielson don't have to.
It's hard.
Tail again. Boom.
Tail.
Don't need that, right? But Lance Archer needed that. Needed to come in and destroy. John Huber, Brody Lee needed that, right? Because coming from WWE, even though he had a name, people didn't know what he could do.
Right.
Because WWE didn't use him right. So they needed to throw him in a Cody Rhodes feud. Because that's about exposing people. I am 100%, I absolutely, one of the things that annoys me the most in professional wrestling criticism right now online is this myth that Cody Rhodes is trying to build himself up by these other people, because every single one of these feuds has been about building the other person. Sammy Guevara.
It's true. Yeah.
Sammy Guevara came out of that looking like a fucking rock star. Jungle Boy came out of it looking like a rock star. Lance Archer came out looking better than he did before, because no one knew who Lance Archer was. No, and I say no one. There were a lot of people who knew who Lance Archer was, the diehard wrestling fans, but the casual fans don't, right? The same with Aleister Black, Malachi Black, whatever you want to call it, Tommy End. It's why you had to have Excalibur on the mic say, oh my goodness, that's Tommy End, Malachi Black, because they knew that you and I were going to recognize him as Aleister Black, but the average person sitting at home, first of all, remember, at this point, Aleister Black had been shown 3 times on WWE TV in the last year. 3 times. Right? So it's still about building up, and that's what it is. I guarantee you, even if Cody gets the win at the end of the Malachi Black
He
thing,
won't.
it's still about setting Malachi Black up as the badass. It's about setting him up as the star of the future, and that's what Bryan Danielson and CM Punk don't need that, right?
Oh, by the way, fun fact: since I was the Brian Danielson guy, WWE is trying to unload Daniel Bryan merch. His most recent T-shirt is marked down from $28 to under 10. So everybody, go get your Daniel Bryan T-shirts.
If they still have any of the
It's
Eco
this one.
belts, I might go buy it.
Ah, crap!
I
It's like the
probably won't.
pointing yes thing.
Because I gotta be honest, this is off topic, but I absolutely dug the Eco belt. I thought that was one of the better custom belts that we've seen on thing. Anyways, so
Yeah.
we will go ahead and move on.
I
because-
do want to make a brief edit to mine. Rather
Okay.
than have MJF announce and it occur at All Out, I really think the thing to do is have MJF say, "Your fourth person to face me at All Out is CM Punk," and have that happen on Wednesday. Then Punk can give the answer. Punk can give the answer as to why he laid down for Jericho on Friday, and then at All Out you can get a different wrestling match.
I think he's showing out at All Out, though. But I don't think it's going to show up before then. It's in Chicago. It's going
Three
to
times
be
in
there.
Chicago.
It's 3 times in Chicago. Both of the shows before it
Oh,
are in Chicago.
Yeah,
my bad.
3 times in Chicago.
Yeah, which is why it makes a lot of sense for him to show up at the Dynamite or Rampage before, because it's Dynamite in Chicago on Wednesday, Rampage on Friday, All Out on Sunday.
So if he goes Dynamite and he gets introduced by CM Punk, everybody thinks that he's a heel. He immediately is not a heel by laying down for Jericho. And then he immediately gets a pipe bomb level promo on MJF. Not pipe bomb, that's not right. But a really great promo on MJF on Rampage. So we get all the great things of Punk
When's Rampage
before
coming?
Punk
In
has.
August?
Yeah, end of
Oh,
August.
snap. Okay.
Middle end of August.
Yeah,
So
it's 3
It's
weeks
that week it's
pri-
starting then.
No, it's 3
No.
weeks prior. We looked it up. 3 weeks, I think it is.
yeah, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
third Rampage ever.
Ah, okay.
But and here's to go into what DFA was kind of talking about. We had this debate on Sunday as to when to have CM Punk debut, and there's 2 points of logic to it that you could think of. One is which one's going to get the biggest, loudest, most amazing pop, and that's definitely All Out because it's a bigger arena.
All right.
It's going to have more fans in attendance. It's the pay-per-view. It's going to be knuckin' futz if he debuts there. However, the other thought about, the other logic is, if you're going to have someone debut, it's about driving pay-per-view buys, because AEW doesn't have a network. It's all about the pay-per-view buys, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And what better way to drive pay-per-view buys than to have him debut in advance
So that everyone sees it.
so that everyone sees it, but then announce that his first match will be at the pay-per-view, so that everyone wants to buy the pay-per-view to see CM Punk wrestle.
That's fair.
And it could go either way. I mean, we could make arguments back and forth as to which way is the better way to do it. I think the Dynamite is the better way because it has the biggest audience, although we don't really know what Rampage's audience is going to be. I would expect that a Dynamite still has the bigger overall televised audience of the two. And so the biggest audience there, and then adding to that, the biggest overall. But, here's the deal. He debuts on Dynamite. He can... Tail. He 100% can show up on Rampage as well.
Well, and I think the reason I did what I said I did is you do get that pop. It also pushes people to Rampage to hear, if he says, "I'll tell you more about that on Friday why I did that.
Are you kidding me, Kat? Can't you just sit down for a bit?
That's what she said.
If you're gonna keep walking by, I'm gonna put you on camera so people can see you. Anyways.
Hi, kitty.
Yeah, kitty.
Okay, JLB, I'm going to ask one question and only one question for the next challenge, and that is, are you doing something AEW Brian Danielson CM Punk related?
See, you even did it. Ha ha.
I know.
One job.
Brian Danielson, are you doing something Brian Danielson CM Punk related?
No.
Okay. Then I don't care who goes next. If you were, I was going to make you go last.
Okay.
Everyone wants to see cat butt on TV.
Cat butt. I'll go next.
Okay.
So, since I never book anything for you guys in terms
Switch the screens, dude.
Hey. Since I never with the cat butt in your face. Since I never book anything for you guys for, ever, and then and I know you guys are so much more into booking stuff more so than I am. I would love to see you guys go at it. And how you're going to go at it is you guys booking me 5 matches for Impact's Bound for Glory? Yeah, Impact's Bound for Glory, since it's going to be a 4-branded pay-per-view. It's Impact, AEW, NWA, and who am I missing? And Japan, New Japan. So, I don't think we have any matches confirmed yet, although Jay White, I imagine, is going to be part of the NJPW side for the title. But I'll let you book it. So 5 matches, I'll let you guys decide. If you want to do one person does one opponent and the other person does one opponent, or one does one match and the other one does a match, or you guys want to do 5 each, I'll let you guys decide that. But book me Bound for Glory with the 4 brands.
How do you want to do this, man? You want to alternate? You want to work together?
I am fine either way. I am about to have a cat climbing on me again.
Okay, so alternate, because I feel like
alternate.
that might take less time.
5 total matches, alternating the matches, or alternating person by person.
Jesus Christ! Person by person.
Person by person. Okay.
So my feelings on this, if we're going to alternate, are that we're getting that's a setup to start stripping some belts off of Kenny.
Yeah.
So
can definitely do that.
I feel like one of the matches here has to be, and I cannot help but think that the Impact / TNA Championship is going to go on to Moose next. So I feel like that has to be one of the matches at this, where Kenny has to defend multiple titles on the same pay-per-view. So, yeah, ooh, yeah, that's right in the ear.
Right in the ear. I do.
She's very happy to see you.
Well, I think she wants me to get up and open their door to let her out. So,
time out and do it.
Well, I'm gonna answer. So you say Kenny Omega versus? Are you booking it Kenny Omega versus Moose?
Yep, for the Impact TNA Championship.
Okay. So I am going to move on to yes, Cat, I see you. I am going to say that there needs to be a women's match on there.
Okay.
And I am going to say that the best way to do it would be a title versus title match, a 3-way. New Japan doesn't have a women's title currently. Because in Japan, the women's division is a separate company. The company that owns New Japan also now owns Stardom. So, but they didn't announce Stardom as part of this. So I'm just leaving them out of it. But so you've got AEW Women's Champion, who's currently Britt
Deanna
Baker.
Purrazzo or Britt Baker, sorry.
Yeah.
Impact
Women's Champion, which is Deanna Purrazzo.
Deanna Purrazzo.
And NWA Women's Champion, which is, I believe it's still Camille. But I have to look that up because I haven't watched.
Bro, they have like
NWA.
5 women. I think it's still Camille.
I agree. I just haven't looked up. I haven't watched NWA in a bit. List of current champions in the NWA. Yep, still Camille. So Camille. Triple threat with them. I think that would be a really good, fun match there. So that's my booking, and I'm gonna send it back to Fabe for a second while I open the door and let this stupid cat out.
Again, I already told you kind of my theme here. I feel like there's going to be. There she goes. Bye bye. You are two wearing pants.
You lied to us.
Okay.
You're a fucking
lied to
liar.
us.
You're a
I had
fucking
pants on.
liar.
You
I
pant
left it up to your imagination.
We just sat here silently waiting. We were like, he has pants on.
Yep,
Anyway, all right.
you are correct.
Moving forward.
I was not Winnie the Poohing it.
You were
Okay.
Pinocchioing it, liar. No. Okay. Move on.
Okay. So had you started to book yours?
Sorry, yeah. I'm gonna stick with the same thing. I really feel like Kenny Omega is gonna have a multiple match night. I think one of the things to entice him to do so is that the owners would all get together and say, "Hey, we'll put other titles on the line in a triple threat match." Okada is not currently the heavyweight champion in JP, if I remember correctly. So he gets another shot at Okada for Kenny Omega Okada 4, and then they also put on the line Nick Aldis's NWA championship to give him a shot at putting more gold on his waist. But that opportunity has to show up to Suzuki Okada as well.
Yeah,
That
the
would be
current
interesting.
IWGP heavyweight champion is Shingo Takagi.
There you go.
I'm just trying to think of.
Oh, wait a minute. AAA is part of that, though.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are. I just don't know.
I don't know
wrestlers
enough,
in
though.
AAA. I mean, I know.
Well, my thoughts were what I was gonna go with, but they aren't in it. Was the AAA championship against Penta?
Yeah, but if they are, then yeah, the Mega Champion, which is currently
Kenny Omega.
Yep.
So that would actually be my third match of the 5 we have to do.
We'll make it 6, so it's 3 each.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
it fair.
That's right,
yeah. Go ahead and do your second.
So I'm just trying to think, if I just want to keep up with the women, because
I honestly feel, though, it would be a Mickey James, Deanna Purrazzo thing happening there, because they're kind of building that up unless they squash that on Impact or NWA.
They might be building that up, but I've already used Deanna Purrazzo
No, that's fair.
in one match.
Yeah, so shut your face.
Yeah,
Don't tell him how
shut
to
your
book
face.
his shit.
Jeez, man.
Book
on
your
top
own
of
shit,
it,
bud.
on top of it, there are a few wrestlers that I think could do a 3-match night on a pay-per-view. Kenny Omega is one that I probably could get away. Deanna Purrazzo, as good as she is, I don't think she's got
She's
3
two.
matches in her in one night.
2 at best.
Yeah, maybe 2, if even that. And so, here's the thing: is I really want Jordan Grace. I just don't know who I want Jordan Grace against.
Thunder Rosa?
that would be fun, but I really Jordan Grace versus okay. She hasn't been built up quite enough in AEW yet, but Jade Cargill.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ready for that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not trying to shit on
No.
your booking.
That's what I said.
but-
She just hasn't been. I mean, they're in the process of building her, but I think she's only had like 5 matches.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun, but I'm torn.
Well, I mean, her
Nothing
promo
fine,
skills
I'm
kind of
torn.
speak that she has that credibility kind of thing, and that would still be a fun match.
It's all about in the ring, which she's put on good matches so far, but she's also put on good matches against people who can put on good matches. And Jordan Grace 100% can put on a good match. So that would be fine, but I would like to, before I go all in on Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill, I would love to see Jade Cargill pull out a great match against
Emi Sakura.
Emi Sakura, or even Rachel Ellering, or
Abaddon, or
Abaddon, or someone. Anyways, but and I'm really trying to think of if there's anyone from NWA, and the only one from NWA that I jump on would be Camille, but she's already in the triple threat I already booked. So
yeah, Mickey. I mean, Mickey could really put on a show with Jordan Grace, but it would probably be redundant. I'm gonna guess they've fought each other before.
Yeah, I think.
I also believe Mickey's a little bit past her prime.
Yeah.
Not that she can't go. Like I don't need Nick Aldis at my door kicking my ass.
But I'm gonna put Jordan Grace on the back burner while I ruminate a bit. I think we need a barn burner of a match for this. And so I am going to do let's say 8 men total. So 8 men, 2 from each promotion. So from Impact, I'm gonna choose Rich Swann and Chris Bay.
Fun, love it.
From AEW, I am going to choose Sammy Guevara and Ray Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm debating Ray Phoenix or Pac. I'm gonna go Ray Phoenix. I think that, and we're leaving Penta for
me.
DA
Thank you.
Fabe's third match. So from wait 1 second here. So from NWA, we can have Matt Cross, who I'm a huge fan of, and current NWA World Television Champion Da Pope, formerly known as Elijah Burke.
Formerly known as the Pope, Elijah Burke.
Yeah, the Pope Elijah Burke, but now he's just Da Pope. So that's them, and then Triple A is going to be the top one because I don't know. I don't know all of Triple A's people super well. The fun thing is, Ray Phoenix could be there for AAA as well. Because he does wrestle there as well. I do know a few that I've seen before. El Hijo del Vikingo. I'm sure I'm butchering that. It's tons of fun.
Tarius, Loretto Kid, obviously Phoenix,
It's too bad
Aerostar.
El Generico's MIA.
I know.
He's too busy dealing with those orphans down in Mexico.
Chessman, Daga, Dave the Clown, Drago, Dragon Bane, Eclipse Jr.
I think
Iron Kid, El Hijo del Vikingo.
yeah, I already said him. He was my
Yep.
first choice. Laredo Kid. I think we've seen Laredo Kid on AEW once early on, and I think he was involved with the first All Out. So I think I know him enough.
Even
So,
before
those
AEW,
two.
technically.
So yeah, so that would be the 8-man. It's not a tag match. It's a tornado. I don't think I want to do it as a traditional battle royal over the top rope. So it's a elimination.
Create a match. Capture the flag match.
Pinfall elimination. That's always hard to do when you've got 8.
Yeah, that's. You're gonna have to do like a battle royale or maybe like some kind of ladder match or something. That would still be fun.
I want it to be elimination, a tables match, an elimination tables match.
Ooh.
You get put through a table and you're eliminated.
Your team's eliminated, or you're just eliminated?
Just you, because it's not a team. Even though it's 2 people from a thing, they're individual wrestlers.
Okay. That's still kind of cool because at least your organization still has a chance. Cool.
And
Can they win
we're
a
gonna
trophy?
We're gonna put a stipulation on it, and we're gonna say the winner gets. It's gonna be like a Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's going to be a shot at the championship of your choice from any of the 4 brands.
Ooh.
Boom.
Boom. So yeah.
So you
Drop
can have
invisible
Pac
mic.
win it and take on Penta, breaking up Death Triangle.
You sure could.
By the way, it's Penta versus Kenny Omega. Or no, you didn't have Pac in that, did you?
I did not have Pac in that.
Okay. So
Didn't have Andrade in that either. Damn.
Originally, what I wanted was a fatal 4-way, but you did take away one member of Death Triangle. So I'm going to have a triple threat of Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Penta for the AAA Mega Champion. I think that's a good way to Penta and Pac can beat up on Kenny Omega and still have respect for each other. You don't have to dump on anybody for the loss. You can even have a Pac be like, I get the first title shot, and they can hold Kenny down together, type thing. You could have a tap out / pin at the same time. We've seen that before. Whatever it may be. But I think that's a really good way to start stripping Kenny of gold. And so at the end of this pay-per-view, he could be without gold at all, which would be
Bound for Glory is before All Out?
after. Bound for Glory is their last one of the year.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Kenny, man. This guy's
their
been
next-
complaining
their
that
next
he's been
one-
hurt for a hot minute. So.
Their next one is the one that starts with an S. I can't remember what it is.
Surrender? No Surrender or something?
Well, yeah. Impact Wrestling is kind of weird. They do a hybrid model. They got their full pay-per-views, 4 of them a year, and then they've got monthly
Mini pay-per-views.
that are just Impact Plus events. So they're kind of like WWE Network events. So So
but
we'll get to my final
Bound for
one.
Glory is also their string to have that's the event that you can take your X Division title and challenge for the Impact World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tournament to roll up to Bound for Glory.
Option C.
Well, they
Is that
have
what it's called?
Impact
Option C?
Homecoming on 31st of July, and then Impact Bound for Glory is October 23rd.
Yeah, so it's shortly after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, a lot after, technically.
Well, a month, yeah. When you get to this age, fuckstick,
So
a month is not that long.
That's fair.
So I'm still going to do Jordan Grace.
Jesus, he's still on the Jordan Gray.
Well, because it's my third match. I got to do a third match. I'm still going to do Jordan Grace. I'm going to do... I'm going to do Jordan Grace coming out. Did you say CM Punk?
Yeah, Jordan Grace versus CM Punk.
I'm gonna do Jordan Grace coming out and saying that she wasn't booked for this, but she wants to prove that she's the most dominant wrestler in all of them, and she's gonna do an open challenge gauntlet.
Oh.
She's gonna say three other people come out and take me on. And so she's going to face, first, representing NWA, Kylie Ray. Because she's
Nice.
a nice-signed wrestler. And they can
I'd be
have
loads of
that.
fun.
They can have that kind of storyline back there that she used to be an Impact wrestler. She also used to be an AEW wrestler.
Yep.
And then she turned on them both. Representing AEW, I am not going to do Jade Cargill because I just don't think she's quite ready for it. And so it's either Thunder Rosa or Serena Deeb. Because the Woman of 1,000 Holds could be a fun counter to Jordan Grace. And so the last one, to be perfectly honest, is AAA, and I don't know any of the women wrestlers in AAA, so I'm just gonna look down the list and
Point to one.
they've got the replacement for Sexy Star, so I'm gonna have Sexy Star 2 come out. I don't know if she's any good. I literally don't. I mean, she's got to be good enough that they felt faith to give her the Sexy Star name, but I don't know.
There you go.
So that's my challenge. That's my answer.
That's the Bound for Glory card.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So,
I like all of that aside from the women's match at the end.
I also think it'd be really cool to have the X Division person come in and be like, "Whoa, hold on! I also want in on this Kenny Omega shot." So then you could have Moose and whomever is the champion at the time.
currently, Josh Alexander, which would be fire, by the way.
Yeah.
You gotta have like an X Division match, like a tag team X Division match or something.
Imagine TJP getting thrown by Moose onto Kenny Omega. Be great. I don't want TJP to get the title though. So
no.
Manic. Anyway, moving forward. Apparently, I have to shit all over this because these have been two really fun challenges in a row, and I feel like there's a promotion that's been left out tonight.
Oh, don't you ROH me?
No, it's WWE. It's what it is.
No, that's even worse. ROH me. ROH me.
So I am going to have you book the upcoming pay-per-view match, and book we know 3 characters. I want to make it into a fatal 4-way. So you're going to have Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, John Cena, your 4th character, and how the match goes and how the title run goes and all that stuff. I know that Finn Balor is probably being put in there so that John Cena doesn't have to wrestle. We're going to force John Cena to wrestle because Cheap Pop is fucking stupid. So
It's working though, and he's wrestled. We just saw him wrestle with Matt Riddle. Well, we didn't see him, but the crowd saw him there wrestle.
He did wrestle at a house show.
Yeah.
So
I just don't know. I don't know that his movie doesn't start filming in the time frame to pull that off. So,
well, one way or another,
whatever. He's not getting pinned. That's all it is. Finn Balor is going to get the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we're making it a fatal 4-way, so it can be somebody else. And Finn Balor can win the title if you want, or however you want. Give me big segments in the match. Give me shit segments, however you want to do it. Give me a winner. Give me how they win, stuff like that. Just book a match, like an actual match.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So how it is right now, John Cena is apparently out, right? So apparently Finn Balor says, no, take me on, because apparently John Cena is only nothing but missionary. So,
but he's coming back.
Coming.
He has to be in this match. Those three have to be in the match.
I honestly don't think John Cena is going to show up, though. I don't think he's going to be part of the match. I think he's going to be like special referee or something.
Fantasy booking.
I know. That's what I think is really going to happen. I'm still going to book your fantasy, you sick fuck. So you have Finn, you have John, you have Roman. So maybe 2 weeks before SummerSlam, you have these guys, they're getting in each other's faces, and then out comes, what's his face? Bald dude, who's like the head guy. I always forget his name.
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce, that's it. Adam Pearce. He's like, guys, this is getting way too out of hand, but you seem to be forgetting something. John Cena, you may think you can call the shots all you like, but this isn't over. There is actually a fourth guy that is going to be part of this, and he is going to be part of this because he is well deserving. And quite frankly, I don't know. Quite frankly, he has proven himself to be worthy. So you are going to get, he's going to announce that, in fact, Big E has decided to cash in his Money in the Bank for SummerSlam. And this is where essentially the tribal chief falls, because this is going to be the surprise out of nowhere. No one would expect Big E to be in this matchup, and this is where Big E is going to shine against superstars like Finn Balor and of course Roman Reigns. He's as built, well, maybe not as built, but he's as tough as Roman Reigns, and this is where you kind of get maybe John Cena working a little bit on Roman Reigns, Finn Balor doing all of the crazy stuff, and then ultimately Big E powerhousing the whole scenario. This way, you can get maybe Big E pinning Finn, and thus leading to a whole feud between Big E and Roman Reigns for afterwards, so Roman could chase the title. No, not a fan.
Well, I mean, I like the idea of Big E. I just don't like him wasting his Money in the Bank on a fatal 4-way. Like, oh, hey, you're an idiot. This is a match that can be won by anybody.
Yeah, but it gives him that opportunity to be in the matchup, right? So because he's a good guy, right, he doesn't want the easy way out. He wants to fight. He wants to, you know what I mean? He out wrestled 7 other superstars to win that match. So to win the briefcase. So why can't he out wrestle 3 other superstars, kind of thing? And that would work. That would only work for a face. That would only work for a face. And someone like Big E would do that no problem because he's all up for the challenge. And yeah, I would just like to see like the pop fest between Big E and John Cena too. I think that would be kind of funny. Who gets the bigger pop kind of thing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to make Finn Balor look any good. John Cena, whatever, he doesn't really need to be made look good. He's going to do his few "you can't see me" elbows and, whatever. And he's probably going to maybe do like an FU on a table or something. Not on a table, but he's going to throw someone on the table. He's not going to stand on any tables because I'm sure his insurance won't allow him to. But yeah, and I think that's where you kind of make a big run with Big E for the title. And that's maybe where you kind of keep Big E with the title. Because Roman is going to do his whole Rock thing, right? For Survivor Series. So Roman Rock tag team, whether it's a tag team, it's going to be a tag team thing for WrestleMania, or it's going to be Roman versus Rock. It's going to start building up for Survivor Series. So I think this is the perfect time where you give Big E the run because the fans are still with them, and it would work out. And I think at least Big E until I don't know WrestleMania, maybe a little bit after, the fans won't be bored of it. The fans will be there for him because the pop was crazy at Money in the Bank. So I think he could do a good run, a good 8-9 month run with the belt on SmackDown. So I see that happening, and at least we get somewhat of a successful run and actually a cash in before a match starts kind of thing would also make it.
And we've seen that a few times, but yeah.
Have we? I don't think we have.
Cena didn't succeed. There's every guy who's done it hasn't succeeded,
except Big E.
Okay, fair enough. I also, so what? I mean, what's the move sets? Who does Big E pin? Obviously, hits him with the big ending, but
he hits him with the big ending. I think he pins. To continue the feud, I think you would have to pin Roman.
Fair. I like it.
Because you pin Roman, you make Big E look phenomenal. When Survivor Series after SummerSlam? 2 months later?
Survivor Series is in November.
Oh, snap. Okay. So
you got 2, maybe 3 pay-per-views in there.
You got 2-3 pay-per-views after that, plus Saudi Arabia.
But you could have Finn Balor say, hey, well, I'm counting Saudi Arabia in there. So you could have Finn Balor say, hey, you didn't pin me, fella. Wait, no, that's
right. That's you racist bastard.
No, the fella thing. That's
Sheamus.
Sheamus, yeah. How's that racist saying
fella? Because one is Irish and the other
one's Irish.
And the other one's Irish.
Oh, the other one's Irish. Okay.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Just making sure. Maybe one's from like the southern part of Ireland and the one's from the north, and I think they hate each other. So you're mean.
Well, okay. Technically, Northern Ireland is a different country altogether. So,
yeah, and
it's called Great Britain. Northern Ireland is part of Great Britain.
Okay, guys, enough. We're not having a geography lesson.
So, my turn.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to
go more with the match.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go with a little bit of mystery on this one. We're not going to know who the fourth person in the match is. It's going to be a surprise. Mm-hmm. So the match is going to start with only 3 people. John Cena, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns. And it's going to continue, and it's going to be a basic triple threat match at that point. John Cena will hit some of his big moves, but before he gets a pin, Roman Reigns will break it up, and then he'll hit some big moves, but before he can get a pin, Finn Balor will be back to break it up. The same old on that. But then John Cena starts to get some momentum, and he starts to hit his 6 moves of doom. The shoulder block, the 5-knuckle shuffle, all of this stuff. He's getting it up. And then the lights go out, and the ring is lit in red.
Nice. That
and
makes
the
a lot of
Fiend
sense.
shows up, and John Cena is freaked the fuck out.
Because his last match was the cinematic.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he doesn't know what to do, and the Fiend stares at him, and he stares at the Fiend, and you can see fear in John Cena's eye. And
Just was one
just
eye.
one eye, yeah, just one, because the hard cam's over here, so you can only see the one eye.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
that works.
Nice. That works.
And then the Fiend hits John Cena with the Sister Abigail. And then drags John Cena down through a pit into hell. And then the lights go back out and come back on, and it's the regular lit lighting for it. But of course, there's a big hole in the ring. At which point, Finn Balor, who was the one that John Cena was getting the advantage on, is like standing up and trying to recover, and out of nowhere, a spear.
Ooh.
And the 1, 2, 3, Finn Balor takes the pin. Roman Reigns remains the champion, and we never see John Cena again.
That works perfectly. That actually
Perfect.
works.
Now Finn Balor needs to win here. You're Balor's mark, dude. You get to fantasy book this.
He's not winning.
There's
no fantasy where he wins.
this. But here's the deal: is the real fantasy is Finn Balor goes back down to NXT where they know how to use him.
Hey, there we go.
Back
or
up to
the
NXT.
or and hear me out. He gets so frustrated that he just had to take the pin to Roman at SummerSlam that he holds out the rest of his contract and leaves and goes to a company that would actually use him, AEW. So that's my fantasy booking there.
Listen to you and your unrealistic fantasies.
Yep.
That makes so much sense.
To be perfectly honest,
Cena, though.
the only way Finn Balor goes to AEW is if he gets fired. I just think he's to the point where he feels like he put in his work on the indies. He got to WWE, established himself. I don't think he's one to leave.
I think he's just comfortable. He's just like
he's comfortable there. I think he would prefer to be down on NXT, but he'll go wherever he's told. I think he's kind of turned into a company man.
Up on NXT.
I know what you believe it's up, but it is very, very clear that Vincent Kennedy McMahon does not believe it's up.
Yeah, I mean, how do you have Karrion Kross as the NXT champion being the top guy, and then on Raw losing to Jeff Hardy, and then Keith Lee I kind of get, but still kind of stupid.
Well, and then booked to lose to Jeff Hardy a second time, and the only reason he didn't is because Jeff Hardy got corona and couldn't come to the show, quarantining. So
it's almost like the corona was a blessing in disguise for Karrion Kross in this situation.
You don't know for sure that he was booked to lose.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we don't know for sure, but that is literally the insider report. Is that originally the plan was for him to lose to Jeff Hardy again this week due to Jeff Hardy cheating shenanigans.
Jeez, Pete.
And the only reason that he got the win over Keith Lee is because Jeff Hardy couldn't come because of the corona. So, and here's the, like I said, the problem is, I said, well, the good news is Karrion Kross won his match, but he won it by beating Keith Lee, which is a shame.
Who lost twice since he came back.
Well, lost twice. And it's just one of those things where, the frustrating thing is, again, WWE didn't need to book themselves into this corner.
Nope.
They could have had Karrion Kross come up and beat up on a jobber, and then afterwards Jeff Hardy comes out and attacks him.
Yep.
And then another week comes out and he beats up on another jobber. Like this time he takes out fucking Mansoor or someone.
No. Because we're going to have Mansoor and Ali beat T-Balls and Miz.
Yeah.
because screw, I forgot their name already.
Because they're building up to another Saudi Arabia event, and they've got to reestablish Mansoor as
Oh
fucking
yeah,
BA.
so
Legitimate.
shit on T-balls and Mace again though. Like,
Yeah, T-Boz just needs to go back to chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
But they also didn't need to have him against Keith Lee at all. They've got the
No.
largest roster in American professional wrestling, and they
That's a
choose
bold
to have
statement.
the two people who shouldn't be losing face each other regularly.
yeah, because Vince doesn't care about NXT. That's
If
clearly
you
what
won't
it
let
is.
us have your name, then we're gonna book you to crap.
Yeah, and then we also had that cryptic tweet of him saying, "Guys, I'm going to explain the story sooner rather than later. Just give me time." I instantly thought, "Oh, that's why you're losing, bro." Okay, so the whole name thing didn't go down. They still got you on TV, and Vince is kind of in a grudge with you now, and it's going to make you lose until your contract is up. That's what I'm thinking here.
That's fine. His contract can get up, and he can go to Impact or
Anywhere he
AEW,
fucking
anywhere
wants.
he wants. Yeah. And he changed his, I don't know if it's been a while, but I think his name now is some kind of other Lee on Twitter. So he kind of changed it up there too. So
he regularly changes his
Oh, does he?
name on
Okay.
Twitter. Yeah.
okay.
Heath Lee.
He'll do optimistic Lee for a while, and then he'll do something else.
Oh,
At Christmas time, he can be Wreath Lee.
New Year's Lee. Is Big Shotty Lee just someone entirely different? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lee Johnson who
Lee Johnson.
wrestles for AEW.
AE dubs.
Eventually. Eventually.
He will be leaving WWE.
The upside is, did you see R-Truth's response to his tweet about, I'm just going to tell my story myself?
He's like, do it, bro, or
Because
whatever.
I think you should, dog. Get it off your chest.
Dude, R-Truth probably has stopped caring for the longest time to be part of WWE. He knows he's just the fun guy and people like him. And he's like, bro, you had me chasing this 24/7 championship for the longest fucking time. And I've done wonders with it. I've made a shitty thing really entertaining for the longest time. So at this rate, I don't think R-Truth really gives a shit.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard any word of him getting punished for it. But I mean, he's what's worse than going after the 24/7 championship. I am happy with Reginald though, with what he's doing with it, I guess. But it's still a stupid.
Well, they actually had a match.
Yeah, but then they had a hot mic with R-Truth on it, which I guess was cool. But I'm like, I'm kind of okay with there not being a hot mic. But Reginald is phenomenal, very acrobatic.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say phenomenal yet, but he's acrobatic, that's for sure.
Definitely acrobatic.
Okay. Well, I think that brings us to the end of those fantasy bookings.
Yay! So this is where
That's
you
all
get
the more
your
I'm
ego
gonna do.
and you do
Yep.
WWE, ROH, Impact.
Yes. So, it is our weekly game. Ring of Honor, AEW, or Impact. Where would you put these wrestlers? The rules are simple. I'm going to throw out, to start, 3 current WWE wrestlers that they need to book where they would go. All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, or Impact. And then they will challenge me and each other, and we'll have some fun with it. So I'm going to stick with WWE again this week, because even though I know at least one, if not 2 of these we've had before, I don't think we've ever had them in this configuration. So, it is the 3 people currently vying for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. So we've got Nikki ASH, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte Flair.
Oh, that's another shit show. how do you have Nikki lose on Raw? But yeah, I digress.
Because she's almost a superhero.
All right, I'll go first since somebody's camera's off. So,
My camera doesn't need to be on to go first. But you
I
can
feel
take
like
it.
I feel like the world should see you and your tea set that I'm kind of jealous of.
My tea set? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I would like some tea and trumpets.
Absolutely. Next time, we'll spill the tea together, good sir.
Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna take Charlotte to AE Dubs solely for the Lex Luger moment. That's the only reason. I don't think I think it fucks that roster, but that is starting to develop very nicely. But I'm gonna go Charlotte to AE Dubs. Nikki ASH needs to be something other than Nikki ASH. What she really needs is the sociopath that she was originally in NXT. But she does carry character work very, very well. So I'm going to put her to ROH in a developing group that I think she could bring some name power to. And Rhea to Impact to win the Impact Men's or the Impact Championship, not just the Women's Championship, but the Impact Championship, and be draped in gold. So she beats Deonna Purrazzo and she beats Kenny Omega. Maybe not Kenny Omega. Maybe somebody else. Sami Callihan.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for him.
Probably not.
Okay. JLB, what would you do?
So I don't want Charlotte in AEW. That's for damn certain. I'm really sick of her. Like, I'm done. The Charlotte game is over.
They're rebuilding the ROH women's roster. That might be one you could do for fun.
Yeah, she can kind of be like a mentor towards the ROH roster, and that's, total superstar status there. And who knows, maybe ROH will find a better place to showcase their pay-per-views. And so, yeah, Charlotte's going to ROH then. I think the problem. No, I'm gonna put Rhea in AEW. I think that'll be a fun time. She can go with the Hikaru Shidas of the world. She can hang it with Britt Baker and Nyla Rose and so on. And I think you have to have Insanity Nikki back, though. I'm not bringing her superhero gimmick back just because I don't know. I'm not here for it. She's no Hurricane and she's no Molly Holly, and those were the two best that did it. And you really can't. She doesn't have that funny side to her. She has that. She was funny, I guess, with Bliss, but she needs a companion. So once they give her a companion or something, we'll see. But no, for now, so she just goes and be's a crazy psycho in Impact, and she could have a few good matches with Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, I actually like his booking better. I feel like the Lex Luger moment's the big reason that might have up.
I feel like Tony Khan would jump on that hardcore. But again, Tony Khan might be. Yeah, I think just as a huge. I think Tony Khan would instantly sign her though. I don't see why you would pass that up. Like, oh my God, you'll help build my women's division so much. You know what I mean? Everyone will come in to watch you. I've been a Ric Flair fan my whole life. Oh my God, now I got his daughter. Like, he'd go crazy over that. So, but no, she's not going to AEW in my booking. F that jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, This is going to be AEW to WWE, ROH, or Impact. And it's going to be that rumor wheel. So we are going to have Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Kenny Omega.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
This one's shitty.
Fuck this game. Yeah.
This one's shitty. So, well, if anyone can destroy WWE from the inside, it's CM Punk. So let's have him go.
That's fair.
Burn the house down. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson will go to Ring of Honor. He just fits better there. And so that leaves Kenny Omega going to Impact, which I guess he's kind of already
There.
in Impact. So
That's fair.
Well, my sincerest apologies to Kenny Omega, but you're the one who hasn't been there, and I have to be different than Smarks because I was going to do the same thing. I was going to move Punk over there, and then as we were going, I'm like, it's not like I can put everybody where they've never been because Bryan Danielson and CM Punk have never been on Impact or TNA, and they've both been on ROH. So I'm gonna put Kenny Omega to WWE. There are opportunities for fire fucking matches there.
Oh, him and Seth, him and Cesaro, him and
Kevin
Kevin Owens, Finn Balor.
Kevin Owens. Hell, him and Roman. Roman doesn't put on bad matches. He just doesn't put on great matches.
Right.
Roman won't. Roman is your program quarterback. You know, he can take Ben
Roman's
Roethlisberger.
Would you say Roman's like your Randy Orton?
Kind of, but if you're making the football analogy, he's like Ben Roethlisberger. He's a product of a system. He's not gonna cost you championships, but he's not gonna win you championships.
Right.
In terms of if it was in football, he's not gonna ruin a match. He had in the past, but now he's not. And so that allows Kenny Omega to fight a broomstick.
Acknowledge a tribal chief.
Yeah, sure. So Kenny Omega to WWE just because there's a lot of fire matches we haven't had a chance to see there. Bryan Danielson, to Impact, and CM Punk can relive the ROH. I'm leaving with the title storyline. That was one of the best built storylines. Probably the best build that ROH has ever done, and one of the best built that wrestling's ever seen. So WWE tried to recapture the magic, and it wasn't as good as ROH did it. So that's
I think it was mostly true, though, a bit. No, wasn't there a kind of truth to that?
There was a little bit of truth
management.
to it. Yep.
Good old CM Punk. It seems like I think CM Punk just might be the issue.
He has an authority issue for sure.
For sure.
So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do, and I feel like I need to apologize to Kenny Omega because he has to work for Vince.
Yeah.
But I don't need to apologize to him for the people he gets to work with because I think he can work with really great people there.
Him and Seth would be fire.
Yeah, just unfortunately he'd get fucking buried.
Yeah.
Same thing that would happen to Ospreay if he went there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my turn to challenge.
It is your turn.
So earlier we talked about three dudes who probably deserve better than WWE's giving them right now. So we're going to bring up those three dudes again, and we're going to say Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, i.e. Killer Kross, and one Finn Balor. And I don't know that we've done all three of these together before.
We
I'm
have
sure
not
we've
done
done
them
all three of
together.
these before.
Yes. We have
We've
not
done
done
Lee
this.
and Balor for sure, but I don't think we've done Kross.
Not together though.
Okay.
And I don't know that we've moved Killer Kross before.
I don't think we've ever moved Killer Kross.
You know, if I were a better host, I'd have a spreadsheet where I'd tick them all off, but I don't, so I don't care.
Yeah. Your show, fuckstick.
Yeah. Yep, that's my show, and I choose not to have a spreadsheet.
Sounds very sounds about Vince McMahon. Yeah.
That's right. Let's see
So,
if we can
go ahead. Move them.
go. And by the way, you're fired.
Oh snap!
Just kidding. I brought it back.
I was busy drinking water. It didn't fucking matter.
So this one's tough because I really want to say Killer Kross to AEW and Finn Balor to AEW and Keith Lee to AEW. Because the AEW mark in me really wants that. So I'm gonna work backwards. I'm gonna say Keith Lee to Impact. Because matches Keith Lee versus Willie Mack, Keith Lee versus Moose, Keith Lee versus Rich Swann, Keith Lee versus Chris Bay, Keith Lee versus Josh Alexander. Those all are fire matches in my book.
So he's only facing black guys. Is that what that is?
Is Josh Alexander a black guy?
Nope.
And Josh Alexander is the whitest dude on the planet.
He's the whitest
man.
dude. On the planet.
He's like, he's whiter than Sheamus on the inside. What are you talking about? Keith Lee versus Sami Callihan's a good match.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Keith Lee versus TJP, where Keith Lee does a Spanish fly to TJP. I'm
down.
and flips TJP 6 times in the air while he's doing it.
Yeah, definitely want to see Keith Lee in a freaking X Division.
Yeah. So that's gonna be
Ultimate
there.
X match
Ultimate
with
X
the
match.
with the ropes above
He's
bending
climbing.
because
It breaks.
Yeah.
God damn it! Eventually, he'll get it.
Sorry, we don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
He's still thinking.
Killer Kross, Finn Balor. You gotta change his name back to Killer Kross. That's a plus.
That is a plus.
Yes.
But you have to bring one of them to ROH, which is a minus.
Not entirely.
Okay. Hey, I'm just going to. I'm gonna point you guys' attention to the comment section before I ban a person, because I didn't know we would ever have to do this.
Can you ban a person?
Oh my gosh.
I can. It just means I have to do another setting that I didn't want to do. But
That's ridiculous.
Oh, Jesus.
block user.
What a fucking pizza chip.
Yeah. He is now blocked.
Nice. Well, I mean, that was a bot anyways, I imagine. Cause...
I imagine, but I just, 6 posts in a row that said,
Doesn't
Something
matter what it
inappropriate
says.
We're not going
Something
to talk
yeah.
about.
anyway, so Keith Lee to Impact. Killer Kross to Ring of Honor and Balor to AEW. Just because I really want Balor and AEW more than... and I think Killer Kross and Ring of Honor could still put on fire matches and just destroy some people, so... That is...
It's truly a shame, and I know I've said it before, but I really wanted to see bendy Jeff Hardy get hit by a Doomsday Saito.
Mm-hmm.
and here's the... I'm sure
And
we
you might.
will.
Yeah, you might.
in
You
the
will.
payoff.
Probably in
to
SummerSlam.
this,
I bet you that's where they're going with this.
but it just like I said, the problem. I don't have a problem with Karrion Kross losing to Jeff Hardy. I don't have a problem with him being in a main roster feud with Jeff Hardy. I have a problem with it being his first match on the main roster while he is still actively NXT champion, and him losing in 1:40 to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
That's where my problem comes. If you want to tell this story, you tell it as a longer term story where you have him come up to the main roster, destroy some people, and then you can even have Jeff Hardy start interfering in the matches and maybe cost him a match, or almost cost him a match, But anyways,
But Vince wants to bury anybody NXT clearly. So
yes. So,
but why bring Balor back?
For the pop. He can come out on live TV and one of their first was their second live.
But I mean, you
SmackDown.
put him on a thing. Oh no, it wasn't technically with John Cena. Okay, but you have John Cena now. That's your biggest pop.
Yeah, but they want more pops. They
More
want all
pops.
the pops.
All
They
the
want all
pops.
the pops.
So
don't want-
pops.
They don't want there to ever not be a pop. If they can have a pop, they want the pop, right?
Right.
And when you get that,
Yeah. Ah!
you get the huge pop. If they could have had, if you smell what the Rock is cooking, they would have done it. They just couldn't get the Rock.
Maybe they could get Black
If
Adam.
they could have
He probably
had-
could travel, and he'd have to be dressed as Black Adam. They'd be like, "Oh, it's no problem. Just come.
If they could have had Brock Lesnar's guitar riff kick it off, they'd have done it.
That was
They would have done
horrible.
You do that guitar riff verbally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
Heck,
going straight to
If they thought Real American would get a big pop, they would have brought Hulk Hogan out.
I am a real American.
Top of the rats, and then freaking. Yeah. No, you're right. That's valid.
It's all about the pop.
It's all about the pop, pop, pop.
Anyways, that brings us to the end of AEW, Ring of Honor, or Impact, and also brings us to the end of this live stream. So the episode is pretty much over. We're going to close the book. I always take this time to remind people to like, share, and subscribe, because that's the way we continue to grow, get more people listening. So if you can, just do us a favor on whatever platform you're using to listen. There's going to be some way to subscribe or like or whatever. So click that button, and then click the share button right next to it, and send out a post or a tweet or a Facebook message, or make a TikTok about it or whatever, and let other people know about this podcast. You can also follow us on all the social media. I'm at Raw and Order WBU. We'll go over all of the other ones in just a bit. But like I've always said, the links are going to be in the doobly-doos down below. So you can click that link, go to all of our social medias down below here. But we'd like to see more people subscribe. If you are already listening to us on just the audio-only podcast, head on over and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, even if you're still going to listen to it on the audio podcast, because those numbers matter on YouTube as well. So that would be a great way to support us there. You also can head on down to Doobly-Doos and find our Patreon page and our merch store, so you can check out some of our merch, like the Raw and Order shirt, the Not a Cop shirt,
Scan my boob.
and my boob, the Not a Cop shirt, the Please Sponsor Us Turks and Caicos shirt, the
Or hat.
Wrestling Cops. All of those shirts are up there, so you can check those out. But on that note, we are going to close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. You can follow me on social media at Raw and Order WBU. You can follow D.A. Fabe at...
D.A. Vincent K. Fabe.
And you can always follow JLB at...
JLB420. Rio Talk Radio is the brand, at Rio Talk Radio 8 on Twitter as well. Anchor.fm/RTR, where if I have you as a guest and I ask you a question, I will actually allow you to answer it. Huh? Still not getting it? Okay. It's fine. I didn't answer that one, but it's okay. I don't need to.
What?
I didn't.
There's
I didn't
gotta be a
answer
story
that last
behind
one.
that one.
I didn't
What's
answer
the
that
story?
last one.
You
didn't
answer
do
the
it?
fantasy booking? I thought
No.
you did it
No,
first.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
No,
Let's do
we're
it.
done. I'm over it.
No,
I'm over
no,
it.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
over
no.
it.
No,
We're closing
we
the
gotta
book.
show- we gotta show.
you can't bring it up. You can't bring it up.
Books
You
are
can't
closed.
make a big deal about
We
it
just close the
and
book.
not do it. So
We got
no,
at least 13 minutes to badger you to do
Boom.
this, so make sure
here.
you do it.
Look, I'm even putting up the banner there. If you want to bring it up, you got to back it up.
Damn it.
You had your chance to get out without answering it, but no.
Oh, I wanted
no,
to
you
be
had
a
the
smart ass, but no.
So now
Okay.
answer it. Where are you gonna put them?
Okay, so I feel like I really want Killer Cross in AEW, though. I feel like that would still be a fun time. Him against Lance Archer, him against Hangman Page. I think that would be a really good time. As opposed to where I feel, for some reason, I feel Keith Lee would get lost in the shuffle based on his look. Being a bigger guy, I don't know how he would fit with, like, don't get me wrong, I want to see him against Kenny Omega. I don't know. I feel like they might put him as part of Taz's Broken Crew or something. I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't book him properly. So that's why I would rather see Keith Lee in AEW, Impact. I think he would be a superstar there. Him face the Mooses, the Bays of the world, the TJPs of the world, and he definitely could face Omega there as well, if anything. So I would still get what I need there, and unfortunately, that means Finn Balor is going to ROH. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yep.
so now, are you gonna go ahead and finish up with the where to find you
RTR.
on social media?
So yes, anchor.fm/RTR.
Nope, you're muted. I'm kidding.
Just checking now. Anchor.fm/RTR. Yeah, follow me on all the Spotifys, the Anchors, the Stitchers of the world. And we do, on our side, we do a lot of other things. We do movies, music, basically anything that's fun and exciting. And we are coming out with a conversation with strangers, where basically I'm going to have a new guest every week. And we basically are just going to talk about their life and stuff that's kind of interesting within their life. And hopefully someone learns something out of it. Because everyone's unique, and so I think that would be kind of a nice little positive thing to do. And that is it, good sir. Back to you.
Okay.
Everyone's
On
unique.
that note-
How do you catch a unique bunny?
Unique up on it. So on that note, we are going to close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank you all for listening. We will see you soon.
Unique up on it.